Say hi, dogs. Good dogs. What's up, folks? Today, we're gonna talk about making some jerky for y'all. This is my favorite jerky blend here. We got the pepperoni blend. I like it. And we got the cracked pepper. Like, I really like this stuff. This is my favorite. Everybody loves this one, the cracked pepper and garlic flavor. You're gonna need a dehydrator, which is awesome. I've used this Cabela's 12 tray Pro Series dehydrator for a while. You know, it's got mixed reviews. People complain about it, saying it's loud. It is loud. That the longevity isn't there, but the longevity's there for mine. I've been using that thing for years. Also, you will need a stand-up smoker for these smokies. I like to make these. We're going to turn these here into little pepperoni bites with mozzarella cheese and all that jazz. These are just going to be some flat sticks with a jerky gun. Can't wait to show you guys. Let's grab this stuff. Let's head inside. I'll show you what else we're going to need. In here, we got everything laid out, ready to go for our pepperoni snack sticks. These are the casings I like to use. You know, you can buy these anywhere. 17 millimeter, 19 millimeter works really good. Over here, I got my grinder. Got my meat tray. We got a hand mixer here. We have our sausage stuffer. We'll use that. And I haven't got the jerky gun out yet, but we'll need a jerky gun for the other one. We got some deer meat here, and we got some pork. I like to cut it with pork. I like to go like a 3-to-1 ratio. A lot of people ask, what kind of ratio should I use? 3-to-1. I got a couple of cuts here just to show you guys. You can use them. Pork loin, just something with some good fat. You really like that fat. It's what makes it juicy. Also, you get a picnic roast here. This stuff bought at Walmart. Again, it's got some real good fat. You want a lot of fat in there. I like to use this. This would be for our pepperoni. This is some high temp mozzarella cheese. I like to buy this stuff at Walton's. You order it, ship it right to your door. It's good stuff. So we got 2 pounds here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these pepperoni bites here. This pepperoni seasoning for our pepperoni bites. Now, what I've found is, it says somewhere on the back here, perfect for, you can read that, 15 pounds of meat. This whole box here, this whole box can make 15 pounds. Now, I found the sweet spot is usually about 12 or 13 pounds if you'd like to taste like a good flavor, like that good pepperoni flavor. So what I do is I'll make probably 12 to 13 pounds, and that will be including this here. So we got 2 pounds of cheese. So we're probably going to use, about 10 pounds of meat, which will be, of the deer meat, probably about 6.5 to 7 pounds. And then here with our pork, we're gonna need, about 3 pounds of it. And that'll be a pretty good mixture. Maybe about 2. Maybe we'll go, we'll stick with 7. 7, 3, that gives us our 10. And here's this. I might actually maybe make this go 8, 3, and 2. That'll give us a pretty good flavor profile. When I say this, folks, like, you need to play around with your cuts on how much more pork. You want it more fatty, more juicy. The more pork you cut in with it. When I'm making my brats, I make my own brats. You got to think about how much fat you want in these. How juicy. How good do you want this stuff to taste? I like it to taste good. I like to have a good flavor. Get that right. That's right. So, we'll probably do 8, 3, 2. That'll put us right on the money. And we'll use this whole package. We'll use this whole blend here. So what I like to do is I buy my pork. It's all ready to go. We're going to have to cut it. I won't bore you guys with that. I'll probably just show you how big of chunks and then we're going to run it through that grinder. I like to run it through that grinder, and then we'll mix everything up, and then we'll run the whole mixture through the grinder twice. So without the cheese. We'll add the cheese after that. But I'll show you guys the process. I won't bore you with everything, but I'm going to get to cutting some meat, and I'll check right back in. Right. So we got our pork out here, and I'll just show you real quick, you know, what I'm talking about. I'm gonna cut some strips off of this guy. Like so. Once we get some strips cut out, I'll show you these chunks that we want to put in our grinder. That just makes it pretty good, you know, makes it cut good. You know, you cut 4 or 5 strips, and then those are some pretty good chunks that we want to chunk in our grinder here. So you want to cut these all up in some good chunks like that. And then we're going to throw it all up in our meat grinder and go to town. Some nice, good, grindable chunks here. Just like that. And we're going to move this stuff here, put it right up in our grinding tray. Good stuff. I'm going to chop the rest of this up, and then we'll check back in here. All right, we're getting ready for chopping time here. I'm going to grind some of this up. So like I said, I'm starting with the pork. We're going to grind this up once, and then we're going to go over here. We're going to mix it with our deer stuff, and we're going to grind all that stuff up together. And so, turn on my grinder here. And let's get the grinding up. Again, I'm not going to bore you with sitting here doing this the entire time, just kind of understanding the concept of what I'm talking about here. But the meat tub's nice. You know, you can get the shallow meat tub from anywhere, Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Sportsman's, whatever your outdoor joint is. You won't order it on Amazon. Amazon sells everything these days. But the meat tub helps. Grab this excess here. It's looking good. It's looking good. Something oddly satisfying, just grinding that meat. Alright, I'm going to need a scale too. Forgot to mention that part. Let's turn that guy on. I'm going to zero that guy out. Perfect. And what I say, 3 pounds. We're going to grab 3 pounds of this meat. There's 1. There's 2. 3. Perfect. Let me pull some out actually. We got our venison here. I'm gonna take this sucker all the way to 11 pounds. One of these is right on the money. Shoot, I think this bag is an 8-pound bag, so. Take some off. Oh, just got that on. Bam! Right on the money. Compensate for the bowl. Put a little bit more in there. 11 pounds. Right. Rocking and rolling now. All right. So what I've done here is get it all in there, get it all mixed up together, get it all ready to go. You know. So what I like to do is I'm gonna give it a good hand mix here before we get started. So kind of mix all this in, cut it good. Do our best. Perfect. Perfect. It's looking awesome. Looking awesome. Okay, now we'll put this up here and we'll run all this through the mixer again. Kind of blend all this stuff in real good. So I'm gonna stick this up here. Get all that pork cut in real good with the deer meat. Now let's look at the contents of this package here. So, pepperoni blend, you know, jerky cure and seasoning. So this is gonna come with the cure too. So, here's the seasoning. So, we're gonna use this whole thing. Now I know it says 15 pounds of meat, but again, we want a good flavor. We want some flavor with this guy. You know, we want it to taste good. I want it to taste like it's pizza. That's the whole thing we're trying to accomplish. So here's the cure. Now, the cure we want to follow the directions to. I always throw that away. We don't need that. So we are doing roughly 11 pounds of meat. So that's what we're interested in curing. We don't need the cure, you know, we don't need the cure for the high temp mozzarella. You know, we only want the cure for the meat. But we're gonna add this in too here shortly. So we go down here, let's follow the instructions. Here's the cure. So for 4 pounds, they want 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. So let's just we'll do easy math here. 3 pounds, 2 tablespoons. So 6 tablespoons, probably. Let's do 6 tablespoons. I think we can get away with 7 tablespoons. Yeah, 7 tablespoons should put us right on the map. I think where we need to be. So, with the rest of this, we can I just throw it away. I'm gonna go over here and open up my handy dandy drawer. So here's a half tablespoon. Let's see, do I have a whole tablespoon in here? Let me see. Everybody's else probably looks like. Let me know if your junk drawer looks like this too. Here we go. 1 tablespoon. That's what I'm after. So we're gonna do 7. But then also, let me see here. Does this one call for water? Yes. So Jerkey snack sticks. This is the directions we want to do. Make 1 to 3 pounds at a time. I don't do that. Add 1/4 cup of ice water per pound of meat. So a 1/4 cup of ice or a 1/4 cup of water. So per pound of meat. So what we want to do is, you know, for every 4 pounds, we're adding a cup. So we're probably going to put like, just to round it up, we're going to do 3 cups of water. 3 cups of water ain't going to kill us. So 3 cups of water with 7 teaspoons of this. So first thing we're going to do, move this out the way. I'm going to take this meat here. This is a handy dandy mixer. This thing's awesome. So we're going to pile all this meat in here. This will mix everything up even better. After we mixed it, we ran it through the grinder, mixed that pork in real good with the venison. Take this, throw all this in there. Awesome. Wash my hands. Bam. I'm gonna need a bunch of paper towels too. Make sure you got a roll of paper towels with you. So we take the cure. I don't know if I can get that sucker open. There we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there we go. All right. Now, we're going to add our water. So 1/4 cup per pound. Roughly working with 11 pounds. So, let me see here. We're just going to do 3 cups. 3 cups of water. Is that all right? Fill that guy up. While that's filling up, we're going to add this whole packet of seasoning. Oh, love that smell. Perfect. Now we're gonna put our cheese. Oh, that spice. Make your nose run. Man, look how awesome that looks. Remember that, Walton's high temp mozz cheese. Okay. 3 cups. Perfect. Excuse me, folks. Okay. Now we mix. It's like mesmerizing, isn't it? Back and forth with it. Get all that mixed up in there real good. I'll probably do this for about 5-10 minutes. make sure it's all mixed up real good. It's gonna start getting sticky. It's gonna stick to the sides here, so I won't bore you guys with all that. We'll check it out in a minute. So we got it all churned up, mixed up real good here. That's the good stuff right there. Man, that smells delicious. So, put this guy back on the head here. We have my sausage stuffer here. Industrial food grade. You could do like 15 pounds of meat in this guy at one time. Actually, I think this one does 25 pounds, so they could do a lot. But what we're gonna do, take all this meat in here and stick it in there. We'll start grabbing it, just chunk it in. I've been hunting all my life, and you know, when I first started hunting when I was like 16, 17 years old, chasing the girls and stuff, farting around with my buddies, you know, I always took my deer and I got them processed, you know, take them to a processor in all kinds of states. So I deer hunt in Indiana, I deer hunt in Arizona, I deer hunt in South Dakota, I deer hunt in Illinois, I deer hunt in Alabama, I deer hunt everywhere. I love deer hunting. Home is Arizona though. So that's where I'm doing this, but I've always processed, you know, had my deer processed with a processor till I was like 21. And then, you know, I remember the day you used to be able to take your deer down and get it processed for 95 bucks. They do the whole thing, you know, and you can even get some jerky and some summer sausage and stuff made, you know, and every year it'd go at $5. Then it was 100. It was 105. It was 110, and it's 125, you know, it just kept going up and up. And when I was about 21, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna process and butcher my own deer. So I started doing that. And then along the way, I've tried tons of jerky recipes. You know, some I like, some I don't like. You know, one of the ones I can tell you I had a really bad experience with was teriyaki. I tried to make some teriyaki deer snacks once. Man, I followed this guy's recipe and it was damn near, it was awful. When you took a bite of it, you know, I think his flavor profile for the teriyaki was just intense. You know, he made like, I don't know, 15 pounds of meat, and he used two bottles of very teriyaki sauce that you buy like at Walmart or any grocery store. Man, after I made those snack sticks, I took a bite, but like somebody just poured salt and teriyaki sauce down my damn throat. Yeah, they turned out pretty gross. You hate wasting meat like that, but the only way to do it is trial and error. Now granted, I made 10 pounds of it. I muscled down some of them to try to eat it because you feel bad. You know, you feel bad. You know, this animal gave its life for you. You know, to give you food and all that. You know, it's the way I look at it. You know, I owe a lot of respect, you know, to the wildlife I hunt. You know, and fish. I mean, you hate to see anything go to waste, but you know, they make good snack sticks for the dogs. You know, I'm sitting at the beginning of the video. I got 2 bird dogs. We go pheasant hunting and quail hunting all the time. And when the season's open, and they make good snack sticks. My dogs love it. You know, it's a good reward for them. So, but enough of that. You know, I've figured out some really good recipes that I like and that I like to stick with. So we got all of our meat out of here for the most part. Clean it up, finish up getting these last chunks out. And then the magic happens. I'm recording. I'm gonna get you hanging out in your underwear. Go on YouTube. Yeah. It's recording. Heck yeah, it sure is. No. Yeah, you know it. All right. I'll put this guy back on here. So we got it all filled up. Got our stuffer filled up here. I'm gonna take this guy, stick it in there. Oh, my bad. It actually loads from the back. So we're gonna to stick with. Bam, she's locked in. Now, we have a couple of different options here, you know, of tubes. So we're gonna use these small, we're gonna use this small tube here because these casings, they're gonna slide right on there. You got some scissors, so we can get started. What I like to do is I'm gonna get a little bit of water, just kind of run it on there a little bit. That helps grease this guy up. So I'll take these casings, actually, this might be a better video on this side. Try to get these guys. It's got to slide on here. There we go. Perfect. I don't know if you can see that. So once you get it started, then you just kind of work it on there as much as you can. So, oh, that one tore. That's not a very good start. Probably want to go nice and easy with them. Matter of fact, just a little wet. Just a little bit. And once you get down to the very bitter end here, we'll cut it. And what I like to do is try to tie that into a little knot right here. But first, we got to get the air out. So, crank this guy down. There we go. Now wait till you start getting. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we'll tighten this guy up. That gets the air out. It's one of the hardest things here is tying this little dang knot. I started using ties. I looked for some earlier, I couldn't find any. But you know, bread ties work real good too. That's the quick, easy way to do that, because I tell you, tying these itty bitty knots here, it gets complacent really quick. But try to twist it up, fold it. Oh, I missed it again. There we go. Okay, now the magic happens. Get on this side, slide this stuff down. Keep a little bit of pressure on it. can hear you.
Oh.
It's recording.
Okay.
And there it is, folks. We got just different color casings. But we got them stuffed, ready to go. So we'll put these in the fridge for probably at least 12 hours. So we'll pull these out. We'll probably let them sit for like 16 hours, but minimum 12. So we'll pull these out tomorrow morning-ish, and then we'll throw them in a smoker. I'll show you that process. You know, like to hang them and very light smoke. But these are our pepperoni sticks. So we'll check back on these bad boys tomorrow. Put off to the refrigerator. We'll start the next batch. All right, we're ready to start our next one here. I got to cut some more pork up. So this one here, like I said, we're making one of my favorites. These would be flats. We're going to do this high mountain cracked pepper and garlic. This stuff is delicious. Same thing. This one here makes 15 pounds. I like to have it super full of flavor, so we make 12 pounds. So right here, we're looking at 8 pounds of deer meat, and we're going to do 4 pounds of pork with this. So almost like a 2-to-1 ratio. Well, pretty much is a 2-to-1 ratio. So again, we're going to do 8 pounds of ground deer meat and 4 pounds of pork. I already had 2 pounds left over, so I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to make more jerky tomorrow, so I'm actually going to grind up this entire pork roast here. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we're going to make jalapeno cheddar snack sticks. How good does that sound? Jalapeno cheddar snack sticks. So I'm going to cut this up. Again, I'm not going to bore you with grinding it all up and everything, but we'll do the mix and stay tuned. All right, got my pork and my deer meat here. Again, we're going to hand mix this stuff up, and we're going to run it through this grinder up here again. That gets everything nice and mixed and gets it ready for our mixer. We got the water ready, so stay tuned. Right, we're in the mixer. Again, same instructions as last time. So we're going to put the whole pouch in, because like I said, I like the good flavor profile. I know it says 15 pounds, but I know if you do 12 pounds with one packet of the mix, it's spot on. And again, the cure, we got 12 pounds, so we're gonna do like 7 tablespoons, 7 tablespoons of the cure. That should be enough for that. And again, I don't keep this stuff. You're always gonna have some left over. I'll just throw a packet away. I got tons of this stuff. You can also use pink salt if you want to put pink salt in there. But yeah, I got my water, so we'll start adding.
Here or the other thing?
It's pork. So here's the cure. So again, I'm gonna do 7. Which is almost the whole packet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7. So, like I said, you're always going to have some left over because it's made for 15 pounds. So if you did the whole 15 pounds, you pour the whole packet and you pour this whole guy in. So yeah, we'll add this. Oh, this stuff smells so good.
It kind of does.
It is like this is the best stuff. Then we'll make like those flat sticks. And here's our water with 3 cups. Cold water.
Mm-hmm.
Bam.
Dang.
Dang. Again, 1/4 cup per pound. 12 pounds, 3 cups. So, and we're mixing. Again, I'm not gonna bore you with the mix, so you need to pause. Keep cranking. See, you teach them while they're young. This way they can always do it themselves when they get older.
It looks disgusting, but it smells so good.
When it's cooked, it's gonna be
Bomb.
amazing. It's gonna be good stuff. Good stuff.
Are you taking this to the cabin too?
No, we're gonna.
This is just
We have to let this. So we put the cure in it. So we got to let it sit. You know, a little longer than 12 hours, typically, and then we will get this one, and this one will go in a dehydrator, and we'll use a jerky gun for that. I'll show you guys how to do that tomorrow. So to be continued.
I've seen that.
Keep on mixing. Okay, we are done mixing. I probably should have told you in the last video too. You're looking for this to be tacky, like this meat becomes tacky, kinda like you can touch it, sticky, like that, like it wants to stick to everything. When it's sticky and tacky like that, you know, like you can just tell that the texture has changed on the meat, and that's when you know it's pretty much good to go. So we take this meat, we stick it in this bowl, and it goes in the refrigerator overnight. Another good tip: do not put this stuff in metal bowls. Don't put it in tinfoil bowls. Don't put it in tinfoil pans. No metal at all. What happens is if you put it in any kind of metal, the cure likes to absorb some of that metal profile. And it's a weird thing. It actually gives it like a metallic taste. It will taste. The meat will taste like you're actually eating tinfoil. So good note to self is don't ever stick that stuff in any kind of foil or metal pan overnight. You always want to use a plastic bowl every single time. Just a very good rule of thumb. If not, you like to taste the metal, go ahead and put it in a tinfoil pan. You'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, folks, it's been about 16 hours of letting our meat, our little smokies that we're making here, our pepperoni bites, since we've added our cure and had a mix and everything like that. So into the smoker they go. Now I use the Masterbuilt stand-up smoker. It's electric, got it plugged in. I'll show you guys how to set this thing up and what we're looking for. So I like to hang all my meats. I don't know why I do that. I guess you could just lay them all on trays, but you know, then you get the little marks on them and stuff like that. I just like hanging my meat. So we'll let it hang. We fill up our tray with wood chips. It's already done. We do that just one time. We're not going to keep refilling this thing over. We're looking for a light smoke. We don't want these things to be overly powerful. You know, like we're looking for that smoky pizza taste. You know, these are pepperoni bites with mozzarella in them, so that's what we're looking for. Now we're going to take our meat probe and I'm going to stick that right in here, just like that. You can stick them. I usually try to find maybe like the fattest piece. Try to keep it right in the center if you can. That'll give us a good indicator of our temperature. So now we're going to close the door and set it up. All right. So here we are. It's on. It was like it's flashing all kinds of goofy. But we want to set our heat temp at 200. There we go. Now our time we really don't care about, but we'll set a timer for, I don't know, let's just say 5 hours. Probably be done way before 5 hours. And once it's done, there we go. So we're heating. Now it's our probe that we want to pay attention to. Okay, everything's good there. It's all set, perfect. So our meat probe, you know, I know it's hard to read, but our meat probe is right at 50 degrees. I don't know if you can see that there. But so we're looking for an internal temp of 165. So once we hit 165, we will be good to go. Until then, let our smokies pepperoni bites go. I'm gonna crack this open just a little bit, just let some of that smoke out. So there you have it. We'll check back on these guys when they're done. All right, now we're getting ready to start making our jerky sticks. We're gonna use the flat. It's gonna go right on these grates, gonna go right inside our dehydrator. But let me tell you, this thing here, the electric jerky gun, is a must-have. I've had this thing for a long time, man. This makes your job super quick, super easy. You know, the worst part is just stuffing the tube. So, you know, the quickest way to do this, I've noticed, is get you set up here, just like that. Take a tube and just give it a twist. There we go. And just keep doing that over and over again here until we fill our tube up. See how nice and tacky that stuff is. That's good. Almost there. Right. Now we got our tube filled. Start assembling. All right, now we're getting ready to start making our jerky sticks. We're gonna use the flat. It's gonna go right on these grates, gonna go right inside our dehydrator. But let me tell you, this thing here, the electric jerky gun, is a must-have. I've had this thing for a long time, man. This makes your job super quick, super easy. You know, the worst part is just stuffing the tube. So, you know, the quickest way to do this, I've noticed, is get you set up here, just like that. Take a tube and just give it a twist. There we go. And just keep doing that over and over again here until we fill our tube up. See how nice and tacky this stuff is. That's good. Almost there. Right. Now we got our two filled. Start assembling. Here, and hold it down now. There's a release button here. Slide that guy all the way back. Screw that in there. Like so. And like I said, I like the double. Put a seal in there. Tighten that guy up. And then we let her rip. And you can control the speed. You're going to be on YouTube with your underwear, right? Just so you know. People are going to be able to see your underwear.
Why are you even showing?
And here we go. Show the jerky gun in action here, huh? How fast that is.
That's awesome. That's satisfying. So you got all these racks to go?
Yeah, you probably fill most of them up. It'll be one rack. Slide that guy. Go right in there with it. And you're gonna be on YouTube with your mustache and everything.
It was for my festival.
Yeah, okay. Bang. Push two more in.
Those two are going to be stuck together.
Just like that. All right, just finished up the last tray here. You're gonna have a little bit of excess left over, but you know, the little pieces you got left, I just roll them up into like a stick. So, you know, like a snack stick. But there she is, full. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time, and I know my dehydrator holds just about 12 pounds with a little bit of room to spare. So, and that'll be perfect. Now, I'll explain the dehydrator. I'm gonna move it to a different location, and I'm gonna explain why. Stay tuned. Right, move the dehydrator out into my garage. And the reason for that is it's windy outside today, and you don't want wind blowing across this thing. This is a dehydrator, so it's not like we're not cooking the food, we're drying it out. So we're drying it out at a very low temperature, basically just sucking all that moisture out. Well, if you got wind blowing across this, the internal temperature changes inside the dehydrator. So basically it's just got a big old giant fan on the back. It's got a little heating element, okay? Maximum temperature on it is only 160 degrees. So now I'm making this particular Jerky said in the state of Arizona. So that's where I'm making this right now. I make jerky, like I said, I deer hunt in multiple states, and I'll make jerky in different states. And you're going to have to keep in mind the moisture content in the air and the outside temperature. So the more moisture you got, the longer you're going to have to run your dehydrator. And I hope this is all making sense to folks. I know making jerky here in Arizona, I can do this whole 12-pound batch in about 7 hours. Now, if I'm in Indiana or Alabama or anywhere up north, like in the Midwest type area, the jerky takes a little bit longer, and then it even takes a little bit longer based on what the ambient temperature is that you're working with. So, 30 degrees outside and snowing, probably gonna have to run your dehydrator for like 8 or 9 hours just to get the texture and get the meat done the way you want it. If I'm in, South Dakota or Colorado, it's a little bit of a drier climate, so I can probably get away from the 7 to 8 hour range, But out here in Arizona, we have no moisture in the air here, so you have to keep in mind that this meat is going to cook real quick. And I've done this by trial and error. Like I've run my dehydrator in Arizona for like 9 hours, and then you end up with pretty hard stuff. Like your jerky gets really hard. So, but let's go ahead and get it set up here. So, like I said, my time, I know out here I'm running basically about 7 hours for my dehydrator for my jerky. Like I said, you want to keep in mind, wherever you're located, you might have to play around with this depending on, the wind, the ambient temperature, and everything like that. So, and a lot of people say, oh, well, why don't you set this inside your house and run it? Well, you'll see what I mean here in a second when you start it. The machine is pretty loud, and it's going to be running for 7 hours this way. You don't want this sitting in your kitchen, sitting there humming away for 7 or 8, 9 hours, depending on where you're at. So usually if it's nice outside and it's not windy, and I know we got a good day, I'll set it outside, but it's pretty windy outside today. So I know, if you have wind blowing across this, it changes the inside temperature and everything. So you kind of want like a stagnant air situation. The garage is perfect for that. So as you can tell, like I said, the reviews online even say like, oh, this thing's pretty loud. We're like, that's a pretty big fan in the back of that thing with the heating element. So, so we're gonna run this thing. We're gonna run it for 7 hours. I'll probably come out here in 6 hours, check it, see what it looks like, make sure we're still right on target. But after 7 hours, we should have some pretty awesome jerky. Right. Next batch and the last batch for today. We're gonna start this one tonight. We'll make it tomorrow, but some jalapeno blend. This is one of my favorites. Get this guy over here. So, 8 pounds. 8 pounds of venison. That's 3 pounds of ground pork. I think there's 3 pounds of cheese. Well, let's find out. Should be 3 pounds of cheese. We only want 2 pounds of cheese. So I have this left over. Perfect, look at that, 2 pounds. We'll check it. Whoop. About 2 pounds actually. Let me zero this guy out. Yeah, about 2 pounds. I'll probably just use it up. Perfect. So I got 2 pounds of cheddar. This is the Walton's High Temp Cheddar. Walton's High Temp Cheddar cheese. If you use regular cheddar, you always want the high temp. If you use regular cheddar, it makes a mess. It gets all over the place. When you cook it, it melts, and then when it's done, it goes back together. Like you don't have like the chunk of cheese, if that makes sense. It looks like you ever had a hot dog, like a hot dog with the cheese in it. And, when you cook it and the cheese is just all over the place. That's what I'm talking about. So you want to use the high temp cheese. So I'll get it all together here. We're gonna grind this up with the grinder, not the cheese. We're gonna grind the pork and the meat together in the grinder. Then we're gonna transfer all that over here to the mixer, add the cheese in there with the mixer, and get it all ready to go and let it sit overnight. We want to mix her up real good. Get that pork in there. And then, like I said, we'll run it through our grinder again, just like the first process we did. Now when it's all said and done, be about 36 pounds of meat. No, not 36, we only made 3 batches. Oh yeah, 3 batches of 12. 36 pounds with some cheese, probably around 38. All right. All right. Rocking and rolling. All right. Looks phenomenal, doesn't it? You guys could only smell this. Jalapeno Cheddar Snack Sticks, that's what we're making. So, these won't go in the casing though. I'll use a jerky gun. And that'll be tomorrow. Bang. All right, I think we're all done here. I'll open this up, verify some temps. Ooh, that's steamy. Ooh, look at those guys. Look at those guys. Heck yeah, look at that. We're right on the money. Right on the money. I like that. 165 is good. So we're gonna let these suckers hang now. You're gonna see some other videos where people are gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta stop the cooling or the cooking process. We gotta cool them off real fast." Here's the deal: you're gonna see these guys throw these things in ice baths and all that jazz. But the bottom line is like, unless you like soggy meat, you know, I don't do any of that. A guy told me a long time ago, you just basically let them just cool down naturally. Crack the door here, you know. You see how windy it is. That's why I didn't do my dehumidifier outside, or you know, dehumidifier. What am I saying? My dehydrator. But anyhow, leave the door cracked, and we want these things to just cool off naturally. Like I'll check back in them here in an hour or so. You know, just let them rest, let the meat settle. But man, look how fantastic those things turned out. Heck yeah. Delicious. So, you know, we'll leave this door cracked just like that. Let them cool off naturally and check in. You guys, this is phenomenal. So, like I said, I've made this a bunch of times, but just wanted to share with y'all. The pepperoni bites are done. So, like I said, venison pepperoni bites with our mozzarella cheese. This is what I do with them. I just cut them up into little bites like this. You know, so all these, get yourself some kitchen scissors and stick these on a cracker. You know, it's a great snack. Man, unbelievable. Can't wait for you guys to try this. Make it yourself. Can't go wrong with it. Follow all the steps. Let me know if you got any questions. Can't wait to check the other stuff. All right, let's check on these guys here. Been just about 7 hours from now. Open this guy up. Oh my gosh. That's like perfect jerky. That's what you want it to look like. Yeah. You want it to bend a little bit of crisp on the outside. That stuff's like perfect. We'll go ahead and shut it down and then go into cool mode here. Perfect. We'll let these things sit and rest for a while, and then we'll bag them up. But man, it came out phenomenal. Yo, spot on. Spot on. That one's a fan favorite. Awesome. Turned out real good. Right. The last of the jerky. This is Jalapeno Cheddar Snack Sticks we're gonna be making. But we're gonna use the jerky gun with the double barrel on it. So we'll get packing this thing and start laying them out. So I'll show you guys how to make these strips here. But you want to make sure that, you know, when you're going, that you keep them all the same thickness and keep the same speed when you're laying them out. Kind of like that. Maybe a little knife to chop it. And off we go again. There you have it. That's a tray. All right, we're back to our sticks here. We got all the sticks ready to go. Jalapeno cheddar sticks. So again, we're gonna do these in the dehydrator, but these are a little bit different. So we wanna do these, the flats cook a lot faster, dry out a lot faster than these sticks do. So we really need to be able to like penetrate deep inside that stick with the heat for the dry out process. So usually with the sticks, I run probably about 8 hours, and you might even have to go like 8.5, 9, but I'll check them at 7 and see what they're doing. But I'll set a timer for 8 hours for this to run. The ones I've done in the past, usually we hover anywhere between 7.5 to 9 hours. It really depends on the situation. So, but right now, let's get it set up for time. We're gonna run 8 hours to start. We're gonna run 8 hours to start, okay? Temp, obviously max temp. We're gonna go all the way to 165. Sorry, 160, not 165, 160. That's as high as we can go, 160. So, and away we go. So she's running. We're gonna do 8 hours. Check them in 7, see what they look like, and we'll go from there. Should be fantastic. Yep, we're going now. So here it is, folks. Our jalapeno cheddar sticks. Absolutely phenomenal. Man. I think we ended up running, remember, I think I told you guys about between 7 and 9 hours, depending on your situation. Checked them in 7, ended up going another 30 minutes after that. I probably could have pulled them at 7, but I wanted a little bit more crispiness on the outside. So, yeah, worked out good. Pulled them at 7.5, and I got the flavor profile and texture that I was looking for. So, here they are. I'm gonna get these guys all cut up into sticks. Got my scissors and got the vacuum sealer, and we're good to go. If you watch this video, I appreciate the comments. You know, if anybody has a really good jerky recipe, I got a couple more that I'm gonna post later on. I'm not ready to make yet, with some sliced meat. But yeah, these are the High Mountain blends. These are the only 3 High Mountain blends I use. If you guys know another good one, let me know. Leave a comment below. Be curious, you know, how anybody else does their jerky. So I make brats. I do my own brats, breakfast sausage. I do all that. I might make some videos on how to make some of that stuff. But thanks for your time. Hope you guys make some good jerky. We'll see ya.